What's going down, y'all? It's the Wake Up Crew here to talk some NBA prop bets over on PrizePicks for this Western Conference Finals Game 3 matchup. Golden State Warriors got to bring their ass to Texas, baby, down here in Dallas, Texas. Luka is going to cook tonight. We're ready. We're ready in Dallas. NBA prop bets. Jay, how you doing? How you feeling about this game overall? Who wins the game tonight?
Who wins? Wow. I think Dallas wins personally. I think it's going to be an ugly game. I've talked to you and talked about on this show how Dallas slows everybody down, especially at home. I think that overall the game script is going to play more so to the strengths of the Mavericks because they're playing at home, crowd behind them. I'm surprised you're actually not going to the game. Maybe if they make it to a game 6, we'll see Ray G in the building. We can do the prop video live from, what is it, the American Airlines Arena?
American Airlines Center, yeah. So
look at me.
Yeah, there you go. Quick recap of the plays that I discussed yesterday on the channel. Pretty good night. We talked about Max Strus. That was a Jay Rich play. Wasn't on the show, but Max Strus over 3.5 boards. He cashed that. Kyle Lowry over 4.5 assists. It looked shaky when he left early, but he came back in. He cashed that one. Marcus Smart, I wish we got him at 3.5. We took the over at 4. He was 4 on the dot, which pushed. I'm fine with the push. On PrizePicks, pushes do not kill your ticket. And based on the way his ankle was folded up, I'm just glad we got the push there. The only play that we talked about that didn't hit was a bonus play from me. Jimmy Butler's point totals over 26.5. I mean, didn't predict him getting hurt and missing, pretty much the entire game. But 3 for 4 were profitable. If you mixed and matched, it was a good day. Hopefully, we've got some good plays lined up for you tonight to win some money. So let's go ahead and get into it right now.
For the high-flying action, take a step back and relax. It's time to count that money, the NBA props. No look any further. You know what time it is. Presented by PrizePicks, NBA props. Let's
count that money, man. All right, Jay. So since I'm the hometown guy tonight, we're gonna roll with Luka. I want to talk about Luka in the first half. His point total at 16.5. We did not recommend this last game, but I told you. Before the game, I was like, man, 15.5. I'm taking Luka's point total, the over 15.5. They only bumped it up 1 point. 16.5. I mean, he's at home. It's Luka. He's going to do his thing. He's going to come out hot early. I feel really good about 16.5 first half points for Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I like it a lot. He's one of the hottest first quarter scorers on top of that. And like you're saying, he'll need to be assertive at home. So I really like this play for you. I'm curious why they didn't bump it up, because even on PrizePicks, it's 32.5 on the point total for the whole game, but it's 33.5 on the sports books right now. So you should see that number be a little bit higher. But like you're saying, he's getting a lot more done, especially in the first half. And in that first game, I believe he dropped 18 points in the first half and then only had 2 in the second half. So I do like Luka to be assertive early, because we know that the role players have been struggling, and I don't expect them to be going early, but throughout the game, Luka will try to get them involved, but I still think he's going to get his overall in the first half.
Yeah, so what do you like in this one?
So the one that I want to talk about is Klay Thompson, because it feels like I talk about Klay Thompson every game, but the difference is that he's still scoring enough for me. And I'm going to be looking at the over. You see right here, 18.5. He hasn't hit it in the first 2 games, but Klay has actually been a better scorer on the road. It's really more Poole and Steph who perform better at home, and then you see Klay be a little bit better on the road. Why that is, I don't really know, but we look at Bam Adebayo in the past 2 games, the past 2 games, he really struggled at home, but then you turn around and he plays on the road. He got assertive, and part of that was because Jimmy Butler was gone, but he still hit his point total in the first half. I think Klay is going to be assertive in this one. I think they're going to shift the rotations closer to Steph to stop him. And more importantly, they do have to guard the paint at some point. They can't have Kevon Looney score 20 points on them. Wiggins scored 20 on them in the first game. So for me, I think this is going to open up things for Klay and opportunities. 18.5. I think the bookmakers swung the pendulum too far on Klay after 2 bad games, and I'm going to be looking to take the over at 18.5 here. Ray, how do you feel about it? I've told you back-to-back games I've taken Klay unders, but now I'm switching sides. Do you think it's a bad move to make this move on Klay right now?
The data says go for it. The data says it's a good play. So I'm not going to knock it, we talked about the under Klay Thompson on last Friday's game, the last game. The data says take the over. I'm scared as hell. I'm not going to lie to you. It's scary as hell. But at 18.5, you were saying the pendulum is swung too far to the unders on Klay Thompson. It's scary. That's what I'll say. It's funny because I talked about Kevon Looney last time, his point total at 5.5, and people thought I was crazy, and he destroyed that, right? Absolutely crushed that one. I want to go back to the Looney well tonight, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take a 3-point prop. Dorian Finney-Smith, over 2 3-pointers made. He hit 3 last game at home, this season. He's averaging about almost 4 over the at home over his last 5 games, over the last 10, right at 3.5. About 2.5 the full season at home. But versus Golden State, he's averaging 4 3-point attempts made. So I'm kind of digging this for Dorian Finney-Smith. They bumped up my boy Reggie Bullock to 2.5. That's what I wanted. I wanted 2 again. I wanted Bullock at 2 at 2. Bumped it up to 2.5. I'm not going to touch it. So I'm going to go with Dorian Finney-Smith over 2 3-pointers made. 2 gives us the push. So I like those whole numbers when PrizePicks drops it for us.
Yeah, man, I like that. DFS is going to have to be involved. He shoots those corner threes a lot. And I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities in this game. And for the same reasons, I really like Maxi Kleber in this game to go over his point total at only 7.5. Now, people are going to look at this and think I'm crazy. But at the end of the day, we know that Dwight Powell is only going to play so many minutes. He's not playing a ton. That opens up opportunities for Bertans and for Kleber. And Kleber at home, 10 points, 25 points, dropped a goose egg in the last game against Utah, 14 against Phoenix, 11 against Phoenix, and then 9 against Phoenix. It comes down to the fact that these role players play better at home, and I believe that Kleber can be a factor. We've been waiting for him to get going. He hasn't done a lot in this series so far, but I do think that playing at home, he will get it done. So for me, I do like this number. He basically only goes over at home. A lot of times on the road, he's not hitting that number, but I think he's going to get running in this one. Luka's going to get him involved, and he's going to go over that 7.5 total early and often in this matchup.
All right, there go the core 4 plays. Luka Doncic over 16.5 first half points. Klay Thompson over 18.5 points. Isn't that something? I meant Luka's first half points, 16.5. Yeah. Klay, 18.5 for the whole game. Dorian Finney-Smith over 2 3-pointers made, and Maxi Kleber over 7.5 points for the game. If you want one obscure kind of one, just to throw it in there to make it a 5-pick flex, Draymond Green over 3 turnovers. Yes, I would take the over on Draymond's 3 turnovers versus Dallas. But those are the core 4 that we're rocking with. All picks, all data-driven, run through the model. As always, If you tail, give them hell. And if we fail, don't bail. We'll be back. More WNBA props, MLB, NBA, anything that we can find on the channel. Let us know who you're playing in the comments. And if you tail these picks, good luck. Have a good one.